Well, hello, everyone. My name's Royce. I'm the community liaison for Cowboy Community Action, and it is my honor and privilege today to have as my guest on the Did You Know segment here at Cowboy Community Action, Miss Charla Sloan. I almost didn't even get your name right. Miss Charla Sloan, who is no stranger to Cowboy Community Action. Charlotte's been here for a long time, and she just is a great asset to our agency. She's the transit director of Cowboy Area Transit System, or as most folks refer to it, KATS buses. And it's just great to have you here today, Charlotte.
Well, thank you for having me, Royce.
Absolutely. Well, let's just start out kind of on a personal way of doing things. And just tell me about yourself and tell me about your family and where you live and things like that.
Well, I live on a ranch east of Liquor. My husband and I have been married 46 years. It's hard to believe, but
you were a child when you married, right?
Right. I just live about a mile and a half from my mom, and she owns a large ranch, and so I've kind of, just grown up with cattle, and then I kind of ventured over here and got into with cowboys, which was a good thing. My husband and I we own a convenience store in Stigler called Total Express. Has great pizza.
Yes, they do.
And,
how long have you had total, Charlotte? How many years?
About 27 years.
Wow. I knew it was a long time. I would have said around 20, but wow, that's great.
Yeah. We had our 25th celebration about 2 years ago. So
right.
About 27 years. I go to church at Liquor Baptist Church. Gone there since I got married. So I have a busy life.
Yeah, you do. And you have 2 kids and several grandkids. So tell us about them.
Well, I have my son. He lives in California. His name is Charla Sloan, and he's married to Christine, and they have 2 girls. One's getting ready to be 22, and the other one is 19. Hard to believe. They're both in college, doing well. And Cody, he owns his own company with Edward Jones right outside of Sacramento. In Rockland is where he lives.
Wow.
And his company's there in Roseville. And my daughter, she lives just a few miles from us on a ranch. She and Stephanie, they have 3 boys, age 7, 5, and 1.
They're really a lot of fun too, because I see pictures, I see them around town, and they're a handful, aren't they? But what a blessing.
They are a handful. They come over to the house and usually spend Saturday night with Nana. Yeah. And Sunday, after about 24 hours, it's nice when they go home.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having grandkids, is you can just spoil them rotten and let them go and romp, and then you send them on home for mom and dad to take care of, right?
Yes, yeah, they're a lot of fun.
That's great.
I'm so blessed.
I know that you are very, very proud of your family, and you have every right to be. They're beautiful, and they're good people, good productive citizens. You and Randy have raised them, and they contribute to society, and that's something really to be proud of. And I know that you're also very proud of your cowboy family, the division of cowboy that you've helped to grow tremendously under your leadership. It's been great. So tell me how your career with cowboy started. How long have you been with cowboy?
I think it's in January, it'll be 33 years. Started out with Cooks and Hills Community Action. They had the foster grandparent program, and I was hired to be a director there, which that was one of my favorite jobs. They're such fun.
Yes.
And I only worked like 6 hours a day. So Larry Hall, he was the transit director at that time. He asked me if I wanted to help him make copies and stuff just every once in a while. So I started out with being paid $5 an hour making copies. And that went on for a while. And then there was an opening came to KATS. They needed help answering the phone. We had lost one of our employees that was the receptionist there. And so I helped fill in answering the phone, and then kind of became Larry's secretary and started helping him out. And just kind of grew from there. I went from foster grandparent program to working with KATS part-time, and then to full-time for KATS. I started that in '88, and then Larry left in '96, and I kind of took over his spot because I was his assistant, and Carol and them was looking for someone to fill his job, and little girl from Lakewire was trying to show Carol and them that I could do the job, and worked really hard for several years, and became transit director in about 96, 97, somewhere in there, and kind of grew to where we are today.
And it has grown tremendously. I've been here, I'm going on 20 years now, and the growth in the last 20 years is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just one of our most recognizable programs that we have. And I'll tell you, and we'll go into it a little bit later, but this program is a blessing to our neck of the woods for sure. I mean, we see every day the benefits that having a rural transit system like KATS does for our area. I mean, it's the difference between someone being mobile and not mobile. You know, folks,
Absolutely.
having a vehicle, it takes a lot of money. I mean, you have to have gasoline, you have to have insurance, you have to have upkeep, tires, you know, car payments. And so many folks just can't afford it. And so what a blessing it is. And we'll go into that a little bit later. So, okay, so from before 98, kind of tell me what did you do before? Did you work in the public, or were you just a mom at home working in the home, or on your pets, I guess?
Yeah, I had a couple of jobs, and it just didn't work out because I made more staying at home, being a stay-at-home mom. But then once Cody and Ginger got into school, I started looking for work, and I saw the ad in the newspaper about the foster grandparent program, and I applied, and like I said, and that's kind of what got me into the door of KATS Community Action.
It's almost like, and I'll even say for myself, it's almost like it's an ordained job. It's ordained by the Lord. You know, you're not here at KATS by accident. I mean,
absolutely.
There is oh my gosh, different steps within your life that leads you to this place. It really does. And it's just wonderful. Once you grasp that and you know, this is exactly where the Lord has placed me, and I'm going to do my dead level best to live up to what he has given to me. I mean, we've been given gifts by being employed by KATS Community Action. I will always believe that.
Oh, I definitely agree. And if you've ever heard me speak, that's you know, they said, well, how did you do this? And I said, I did not do this alone.
That's right.
The Lord has just opened doors for us. We've gotten grants. We've gotten so many things that, you know, just come to the Lord.
Yes.
But I've tried to be a good steward of what he's given us. And like I said, help people that need help. And there is so many people out there that, like you said, doesn't have a vehicle or only has one vehicle, and maybe the husband took it to work, and and his wife needs to work, and there's no way to go. But now KATS buses can come by and pick them up, take them to work, take them to daycare, so they can drop their kids off and continue on and then go back. We've just been so blessed. We're getting lots and lots of vehicles right now that it's just been a blessing.
Yes.
We've very well been blessed.
So, okay. So tell me now, like today, I mean, you don't have to give me an exact number, but just an approximate number of employees that you have working within the division of KATS.
We have 191 employees today. It changes.
And you think about it, Charlotte, I mean, not only you're providing this service, but look at the economic part of that also. You are employing 191 folks who are depending on a paycheck to put food on the table and, clothes on people's backs, families, you've got single mothers, you've got families. I mean, when you get to thinking about the impact that your program, other programs within Cowboy makes on the area, I mean, it just gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling, really, and at this time of the year here at Christmas, I mean, it is just, it's just something that we need to reflect on and know that.
Absolutely. Royce, we take hundreds of people to work a day. So, you count the people we employ plus how many we do take to work a day.
Yes.
That it's a huge impact on what we do. And like I said, I'm very proud of what we do. We take people to dialysis and things like that, that if a lot of the people needed to get to, because it's life or death, and if they couldn't drive, their son or daughter would have to take off work to be able to take them. And I can't tell you how many calls and thank yous, how much people appreciate that there is transportation out there that gets their mom or dad or aunt or uncle or whoever to their dialysis 3 times a week. You have to think about that. The people, usually it's an hour trip to dialysis, plus they're there for 4 hours a day. And then when they have to come back, so that would be somebody to have to take off work to be able to take it, because a lot of times these people get off dialysis, they're sick. Right. They can't drive by themselves, even if they had the car. So, when you start looking, it just keeps, unraveling of how many people we impact.
It does. And so how many buses, vans do you have in your fleet right now?
Right now we have 224, but we have 16 brand new vehicles sitting out there. We haven't put it into our service yet, and we have quite a few more vehicles coming in. So, but we will be getting rid of some of our older vehicles, but we usually run anywhere from 224 to 236, 37 vehicles.
That's a lot of vehicles on the road. And you will see a KATS vehicle anywhere you go.
I hear that. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to. I saw a KATS vehicle in Fort Smith. I saw a KATS vehicle in Oklahoma City. I saw one in Tulsa. Yes, we run everywhere trying to get people to where they need to go. And we are the largest transit system in the state of Oklahoma, plus Arkansas, plus most states around. We're a very large system. We cover 12 counties right now, which that's a very large area. That, like I said, we have 17 offices, so different towns that's covered in those 12 counties. But
yeah, I was going to ask you, can you tell the towns that you have a KATS office in? And I mean, 17, that would blow my mind. So let's just refer folks to our website.
I think that's a good idea.
And they can go there, and we have all of the towns listed. the different programs within KATS, because, and we'll kind of go into that a little bit later. You've got the demand response, then you've got your sooner rides and things like that. So there's different parameters within the transit system. You know, I mean, everybody can ride a bus, but sometimes you have to call someone else to get an appointment and things like that. And which, if you've ever got a question about KATS, just call your local cowboy office and ask for the route supervisor or anybody, and they can tell you what's going on in their particular town, because there are different things within each town also, right, Charlotte? So it's not just
Exactly. Plus, Royce, we've been very blessed. We work with the tribes. We have large contracts that the tribes uses us to take. It's open to the public. It's not just tribal, but
Right.
they help us with our expenses. We work with Cherokee Nation, Muskogee Creek Nation, and Choctaw Nation. So we try to get the most use out of our vehicles by, you know, we just got so many different directions that we go, and we work with different groups that help people get to where they need to go.
Right. And I know that you're out and about in the communities. You are at the state capitol a lot. You're in Washington, D.C. a lot. You sit on state boards. You sit on regional boards. So, you know, you're a good representative of, you know, not only rural transit, but cowboy community action as a whole. I mean, you're representing our entire agency. And so I'm, for one, very appreciative of that, you know, because, I mean, that's how we get things done. You have to be out there. You've got to be connected with the right people, and they have to know who you are. And
Exactly.
And I know that they know that. Okay, so well, I've already said that we're recognized not only in the state but nationally, and I know you're very proud of that. So what when you go to these representatives, congressmen, the state representatives, what do you tell them to kind of keep cowboy and transit kind of fresh to your stakeholders? You know, for instance, you know, I know that you have to go to them with statistics. You can't just say, okay, we need $5 million for this and just leave it at that. You have to give them statistics. You have to give them human interest stories, you know, tell them the impact. So is there anything, do you have like a secret recipe or a secret formula that you use, other than turning on the charm, which, you know, you can do that, I can do that, but, you know, just, or do you think that the program just speaks for itself?
A
And
little
how
of,
that does.
a little of both, because most of the time when I'm talking to senator, representative, mayor, whoever, they start telling me, wow, your bus takes my aunt to dialysis, and how much, you know, appreciate it. Or, you know, I know that so many jobs were filled because you guys are taking, you know, people to work. And so I go in, you know, and I have a map. Usually I have one of those books. Oh, here. And I have this new handout. But when I show them the map and they look at that and they just are blown away, they go, oh my gosh, I knew you guys were big. I didn't know y'all were that big. And they start looking at their area. Oh yeah, you serve my area. You know, I've had representatives tell me that. Oh yeah, you know, I've looked y'all up. I know what areas you serve. So, you know, when you go in and you have a good program, it's an easy sale, and they get behind us and they want to help support us because they realize what an impact we have on their county or their community or their town, you know. And a lot of the towns pay match. A lot of the legislators, like I said, help get us grants. It's just, we all work together, and
Yeah.
it works.
Right. And also I may add on to that, the program definitely speaks for itself. But Charlotte, you have a lot of longtime employees who work for your division. That, I mean, it's in good hands. They're people that you can depend on. They have the vision, the cowboy vision. They're good, ethical people, and you don't have to worry about whether the office work gets done or not. Because even though those folks, and I'm going to talk about maybe the ones that are in your administration office, they're not behind the wheel. Well, some of them are behind the wheel. I mean, they can get in the vehicle and take a kid to school the same as anyone else. I know that for a fact.
They've even sent me out to drive.
But I mean, they still are part of that equation that makes it work. And so I know that you're very proud of your staff. And
I am very proud of them, and especially with this COVID-19. A lot of our drivers have actually retired from another job, and they're elderly. A lot of them have, medical problems and this and that, and they could have run to the house and stayed there. And we had a couple of drivers, but out of, like I said, our 190 something, we only had a couple that quit. The others stayed. They never miss. We have just been so blessed to pray for them every day that they're kept safe, and they're just, I'm just so proud of them because they come to work, and even though putting their life in danger, they don't mind because they know what they do is important. So we're requiring them to wear a mask, and we're requiring people to wear a mask as they get on our vehicles, trying to keep our drivers safe, because you're in a closed-in vehicle, and you don't know who's sick and who's not. And yes, I'm very proud, because a lot of our people has been here for a long time, and everybody works together.
That's right. Yeah. And we've been really blessed. I mean, everybody is just so cautious, spraying everything down, wearing masks, and praise the Lord, we've done that.
Yeah, we got a grant on what they call HEPA filters, and we're putting them almost in every vehicle that we have. So it will filter the air. I forgot how many times an hour to filter out any of the viruses that's in the air. And so we're proud to have that in our vehicles. So I feel like that once the people find out that we're doing everything we can do to keep them safe, because they're high priority with us, and we want to keep our drivers safe, but we definitely want to keep our riders safe.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's great. All right. So Charlotte, I know you have a certification through transit, like with the community action. We have CCAP, which is a certified community action professional. So you have some sort of certification that's like that, right?
Yeah, it's CCTM, and it's Community Transportation Transit Manager. It's through a national organization that I was certified years and years ago. Matter of fact, I think I was the only one for years. I'm not for sure if they have any other that was certified or not, but yes, I am certified.
Are you still on the board of, what is it? What is
SWATA?
SWATA? Are you still on that board?
No, I actually was the first woman president that SWATA, that Southwest Transit Association, covers 8 states. So I was the first female president. So that was quite an achievement, because we're talking in that association is like Dallas, Houston, Phoenix.
Big.
We're talking, this girl's from Leakwire.
And for those of you that don't know where Leakwire is, I mean, it's a little place south of Stigler that might have, 150 people, if that many?
Something.
That many.
Yeah, it's really small, but yes.
a little place. We used to go to Branson through Russellville, Arkansas, and take scenic #7 highway. A lot of folks said, and there was a little community there called Booger Hollow, Arkansas. And there was a sign that said, "Welcome to Booger Holler, Arkansas, population 7, counting 1 coon dog." And I always loved that. And I've always remembered that. But, you know,
Yeah. All we have is a post office. That's it.
I'm from Whitefield, so I'm like really metro compared to.
You guys got a store there and a dollar store now. So yeah, you guys are uptown.
Hey,
Right.
hey, we are really into it. So rural transit is really more than just, you know, folks getting a ride to Walmart or the Dollar General store. Many times it provides the rider with a way to the doctor, which you've already talked about this earlier, in dialysis, cancer treatment. And so that is through a program called Sooner Ride. And so can you kind of give us a little overview of Sooner Ride and how it's different than the demand response?
Okay, Sooner Ride is a name that came up with years and years and years ago. It's Medicaid transportation. So if somebody is on Medicaid and they had a doctor's appointment, they would contact the Sooner Ride number, and then they would see if they qualified or not, and then they would book the trip through them. And then they send the trip to us. Not all trips. We don't get all trips, but a lot of the trips in our 12 counties we will get. They will send the trip to us, and then we will get it to that county. That county will contact them and say, "We have your trip," and tell them what time we'll be there to pick them up. We pick them up, and then we take them to their doctor's appointment where we wait for them, and then bring them back. That's when you see our vehicles in Fort Smith and Oklahoma City and Tulsa and all the other areas that we go.
And Charla, some of your drivers literally get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to have folks at these doctor's appointments.
They do. They do. I'm glad it's them and not me. I'm not a morning person.
Me either.
But that is true. A lot of the dialysis centers will open up at, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And we have to have our people there. So yes, they get up early and take them there. And like I said, you still got to remember those poor people. They have to do that 3 times a week.
Bless their hearts. I mean, it's just, in order to live. In order to live. That's it's exactly literally right. Fighting for your life. It really is. And I know that your drivers are so kind, to them. And I just wanted to bring that up because I know that there are folks who've asked me, at Walmart or somewhere, I need a ride to the doctor. How do I get that? Well, they don't sometimes understand that the way that we take folks to the doctor is through Sooner Ride. Now, they will take them to the doctor, but it costs, that's why they need to contact their local office, to find out how much it would cost to go from point A to point B and back.
Correct.
So it's different in each towns. And so I think a lot of folks don't understand, when we see the KATS bus at, this center, well, it's because those folks are on the Advantage program or on Medicaid, and they've called in and they're contracting, I guess you could say, maybe for a lack of better words, through Cowboy Area Transit System to do that.
But one of the things I'd like to bring up, though, we may have people on there that are using the Sooner Ride programs, and then we may have people that's paying for their trips. They could be millionaires. They just can't drive.
Right.
Somebody's taking their keys or something. They just can't drive or don't choose to drive. Like some people can drive around a small town, but driving in Tulsa, they can't do that.
Right.
So it doesn't mean that, the person is poor or anything.
Right.
We're open to the public. So you can be a millionaire and ride our vehicles, or, you you could be in the low income people. It doesn't matter to us.
Right.
We want to try to provide the trip.
Right. That's great. Well, do you know of any other ways that KATS can help people be mobile? I mean, or is there anything that we haven't talked about today?
Well,
We talked about
actually, actually, since you asked, right now, if people need a ride, they call their local number, or we have the 1-800 number. And like I said, it's on the website, or, you know, we can give that out. But we're getting ready to kind of become like an Uber. So you can book your trip on your phone, and all the information will be given to you. Your vehicle will pull up, and it will have on there PICK, P-I-C-K. PICK is a grant that 4 of us transit operators went together and we received. P stands for Pelivan Transit, I stands for INCA Community Action, and C stands for Cimarron Transit, and the K, last but not least, is Cowboys. So we named it PICK. And so you'll be able to book your trip on your phone app, and they'll come up. You can pay for it with your credit card. Right now, the services are only going to be in Podo, McAllister, Okmulgee, Salisaw, Tahlequah, and I'm missing one because it was 6.
You follow?
You follow. Thank you.
I mean,
And right now, that type of service will be from 5 in the afternoon till 10 at night, and then on Saturdays from 2 to 10. So that.
Wow, that is going to really open up a lot of things. It really is going to help.
Well, if it works, as time goes on, you'll see a lot more of it. We were one of the only rural transit systems using this app. This is a pilot project, so we're quite proud of it. And so if we can make it work and it works well, then you'll see this coming in all areas in the next probably 10 years.
This is so forward thinking because, I mean, listen, I just remember when I turned 16 years old, I could not wait to get my driver's license. I mean, it was like, I just had a countdown on my calendar. There are so many 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that do not even have a driver's license. They don't really care anything about driving. It's not anything that they, you know, it's whether they have fear or they don't have the means to have a vehicle. And so they depend on public transportation or whatever. And so it's just a different age. And I think you are on the right track with this, in that you're going to have a lot of that generation that's going to use this, especially because you're doing it after hours, from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, you know. And, you know, I mean, if you're working or going to school, that's the time that you're going to need to go to, you know, Walmart or wherever. So I think this is a great idea. I really do.
We're excited. Like you said, bringing transportation after hours, because we just haven't been able to do that. So we're excited to be able to do that. We won't have to have a dispatcher. So we're looking for people to hire. So whoever sees this, if they'd like to apply, we're looking for people. That'll
be awesome. Well, I just think that that's great, Charla. It's just one more thing that we can do. And I'm so proud that Cowboy is in the mix with that kind of a grassroots effort on that, you know, and we're in the ground level and going to be able to, you know, troubleshoot and everything. This is working, that's not working. And I know your folks are going to be doing a great job with that. I have really enjoyed this, Charla, today. And I know that the folks are going to enjoy it too. I mean,
Thank you.
we have gone over a lot of stuff, a lot of information about transit. And the purpose of these segments is to just educate, folks that may not know about transit, rural transit. I can't imagine anyone around here not knowing about it, but they know that we have the program. They just don't know, how things work. And then just getting to know you. I mean, we have lots of employee with Cowboys who has been here, 10, 15, 20, 30. I mean, Carol has spent over 50 years of being at this great organization that we have. And, we're just blessed to have the leadership that we have within Cowboy that allows you as the program director to make these decisions. I mean, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to try. Our awesome board of directors that we have that allow us to literally do our jobs. And it's just a blessing. And so today, I appreciate you doing this. And we're going to end on a little fun thing. Okay, we're not going to reveal any deep, dark secrets or anything, Charla, so just don't worry about that. Just some little one-word answer thing, rapid fire type questions that it'll really let us get to know you a little bit better even. And we always have fun with this. And you know me, I always kind of make it about me too, because after you give your answer, I usually give mine. And I think last time with Susan, I asked her about her favorite ice cream. And then I went on and on about what my favorite ice cream flavor is. So you have to make it about me too sometimes. But anyhow, okay, so here we go, Charlotte. What is one thing you're really good at?
Talking.
Talking. Me too. Me too. We got that in common, girl. We've got it. Okay. What's one thing that you're really bad at?
Spelling.
You're not a good speller. Well, I am. I loved English, and I had a first and second grade teacher. I'm telling you, she was one of the best, and we really concentrated on things like that. And I think it stuck with me. Do you have any hidden talents or hobbies?
None.
You're so vanilla.
Exactly.
What you get.
Can't sew, no.
Let me just tell you what one of your hidden talents, and it's really not a hidden talent. It's a blessing. I know that you're a prayer warrior. I know that you pray.
Thank you.
You pray over your family. You pray over our Cowboy family, your employees, your job, everyone. And I know that. I know that to be a fact. So, that's not a hidden talent.
If I'm only known for that, then that's all I'm
done it. That's right. Okay. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Oh, Garth Brooks concert.
Mm-hmm. Was a good one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was it? When he was first starting out, or had he just become a mega star at that time?
He was first coming out. Went to Fort Smith Fair, and it was free.
Yep.
And I took Cody and one of his friends, and so we were trying to go into the second show, and they turned the people coming out on that same gate area, and we about got trampled to death. That was terrifying because it was all free seats.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
We survived it, and it was a great.
They used to have really good concerts there.
They did.
I mean, we saw so many folks.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Do you like giving presents or getting presents at Christmas?
Giving.
You're a giver. I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, Charla, Miss Daredevil. Climb a mountain or jump from a plane? Which one would you do?
Climb a mountain.
Yeah, I don't want to jump out.
I want my feet on the ground.
Me too. Me too. I think it would just make my feet hurt to even think about jumping out of a plane.
I don't think you could push me out of a plane.
Okay, do you believe in Santa Claus?
My grandsons may watch this, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Of course I do. Of course
Of
I
course you believe in Santa. What's something you could eat for a solid week straight?
do. Oh, probably some type of Mexican food.
Mhm.
That's my favorite type.
I know that you like Mexican. What's your favorite Mexican restaurant? Uh-oh, we may get into.
Actually, I like my own Mexican food the
Mhm.
best.
Well, why don't you invite me over sometime and I can see whether I like it or not.
I'll do that.
And I can say, oh, I love Charla's, whatever it was.
Mhm.
Okay. What is the lamest dessert that people try to pass off as a dessert?
I don't know. I don't know why, but I thought my mom gets fruitcake out that.
Yeah. Do you know, that is so funny because that's exactly where I was going with that. I mean, that stuff is horrible. And I don't know how they've made a living selling it, to be honest.
I don't either,
Just the
but
novelty, I guess.
she and my brother eats it, but
Mhm.
yeah.
We were
I don't-
talking earlier today here. I said, I wish someone would make some no-bake cookies. And I said, Pam, go make some no-bake cookies. And she said, I can't make them. I can't. I said, well, are they ones that, when you eat it, you can't eat it, you knock someone in the head with it? Those are, I love no-bake cookies, and they definitely are dessert.
I
But
like them when they're still hot.
also
Gooey.
like cottage cheese salad. Have you ever had that, like with the Jell-O in it and nuts and things like that? Some people try to pass that off as dessert.
Oh, no.
Dessert is like cake or pie or cobbler or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
I
know
agree.
my food.
I agree with you.
I know my food. All right. And I know you fly a lot going to see Cody and his family. Do you wear a neck pillow?
No.
You don't? You don't
No.
you don't sleep on the plane?
No.
Okay. You're working. You work the entire
No, I'm watching movies.
Okay. All right. What is the most boring thing ever? Like, what just bores you to tears?
Probably some of these Zoom meetings. Not this one, but like with the state,
Yeah.
I would say ODOT or something, and they're going over policies and stuff like
Yes.
that. It's like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And that can be definitely
policies and stuff like that. Yeah, can put me right to sleep.
Okay, one more before we go. Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? It's quite what I'm inspired to do, but I'll say my mom.
Your mother. Well, she's
Yeah.
a great one. She's a sweetheart.
She's very independent. She's
Mhm.
accomplished a lot.
She has.
Yeah.
And when you see her out, which I don't see her out and about as much as I did before, of course, with COVID and everything.
Oh, and I try to get her to stay home.
That lady, I mean, she is put together. She has her hair done. She is dressed and very presentable, and just always has a smile on her face. So I think you chose the right one, Charla, when you said that she inspires you.
Thank you.
We've been blessed. You and I both have been blessed with good mom and daddies.
That's right.
Everyone can say that, but I'll tell you, I have too, and I know you have. And they are very proud of you. I know that. I know your mom is very proud of you. And well, it has been a pleasure to do this. And I've even gleaned information about KATS that I didn't know about. So it's just it's always good to let folks know, about our different programs. And I love that I'm doing these now. And
Royce, you make it so easy. You make it easy.
Well, I have the gift of gab also, and I've never been accused of being shy. And when you got something to say, you just got to say it, right?
There you go.
It is.
There you go.
KATS is such a vital part of the Cowboy Community Action family, and congratulations on your success. It has grown tremendously under your leadership, and you have something to be very, very proud of. And I know that you are, and I know that your folks are very proud of you, all of your family.
Thank you.
And
It all comes from having great staff and just being blessed by the Lord.
That's exactly right. Well, okay, so I'll leave you today, and we'll get this posted to our Facebook page and our YouTube page. And for those of you that did not know, we do have an active website, www.cowboy.org. We have an active Facebook and Twitter page also. And so you can just go to Google and type in Cowboy Community Action, and it'll tell you how to get in touch with us. We're here to help people and change lives. And there, Charlotte's talking about.
Don't forget to ride your KATS bus.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much again, Charlotte. Merry Christmas to you and your staff and your family. And we'll see you on down the road.
All right. Thank you, Royce.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.